Welcome back, everybody. Longtime viewers may know this is not typically where I shoot videos, but I'm out here in Las Vegas doing some other stuff not related to what we're going to talk about today. So today we have sort of a special situation going on. Our guest is a gentleman named Rich, and he's been going through some things that when I first heard about it, I can't say I couldn't believe it because unfortunately in 2020 in the United States I can believe it, but it's terrible. And basically what he is going through should not be happening to any American. So I'll turn it over to you, Rich, and just kind of like walk us through the background of what's been going on, what led us to the point that you and I are sitting here recording a Skype call.
Sure, sure. So I bought this 12-acre property about 2 years ago, and I'm a veteran. I did 6 years in the Army, 2 combat deployments, and I mean, kind of like to shoot guns. So we set up an impromptu range, three dump truck loads of dirt, and had some rifle targets and stuff out. And anyway, the neighbors didn't like the shooting, so they progressively called the cops more and more, and we dealt with all that, and then when they still didn't get what they wanted, they ended up suing us. So here we are, stuck, tied up in this kind of civil litigation thing.
Sure. And what's crazy about it is it at this point it's not. So first off, how long has this been going on for?
Like, we got to be going on 8 months or so.
Right. So this is not recent. This is not like new. It's been going on for a while, back and forth. But at this point, it's not just civil litigation. So you're facing what could potentially be criminal charges,
Right.
correct?
Yep. And for what they did is they placed that restriction on us for the shooting hours and whatever. We're allowed to discharge handguns on the property from 9 to 2, and then Monday through Friday, which is federally and state illegal. So that's already what it is, but we're abiding by that. And so I was given 30 days to comply with turning over my medical records from the VA, and an inventory of our firearms and some financial documents from Fleet Farm relating to buying ammo. So if I don't do that by March 1st, I believe I'll be held in contempt of court. Now the judge hasn't said that, but that would be violating his order to produce those documents in 30 days. So that's where we're at right now.
And under what, I guess, legal authority is he even requesting those?
Right. So you'd have a hard time getting them. I mean, you could have somebody kind of locked up in a loony bin, and it'd be hard to get them declared to the point where you could override their right to privacy when it comes to your medical records. And again, it's not anything that I'm hiding. I just have this American idea in my head that I would like my rights protected, and that's all really the explanation I should need for it.
Right.
So it's scary to think that somebody could just dig up whatever they want to on you and read the story of your life and twist it and do whatever they want with it, on a whim.
Right.
It's gonna keep on happening.
And also, just to be clear, are any of the people who have brought litigation against you, are they accusing you of any type of actual crime?
No. And law enforcement's been out here and they've conducted investigation, and I've talked with them, and I mean, they've been involved in this whole process, and they have never seen anything to charge us with at all. They don't see, again, there's nothing to charge us with. We haven't been negligent. We haven't done anything wrong here. And somehow in a civil suit, this gives them more power for discovery. And it's kind of a twisted way they're going about it to prove whatever point it is. I don't know.
Right.
It's definitely civil liberties violation for sure. And it's awful. Like, nobody should have to deal with this.
I 100% agree. Now, for the audience out there that haven't been following me on social media, because I've been posting updates to Rich's story, really probably for about 10 days now. But I reached out to you. We've talked a couple times on the phone, and basically, I just reached out to you because this is simply insane on so many levels, and I wanted basically to help you in any way I could. I know I've referred a couple folks to you that may have some additional resources and things like that. But what do you and your family need right now to help with this?
So we have the GoFundMe set up. I've heard that civil litigation for something like this can run right about $50K to start, just depending on what they want to do and what their resources are. Effectively, one side could run the other out of money and win on that. And that's not right. And that's kind of half the problem here, is it shouldn't be about money, but unfortunately, good lawyers cost money, and it just is what it is. So we've got the GoFundMe set up. If we can keep on getting that kicked around, people have really been stepping it up. I've talked with a bunch of people who have donated, and it's very much appreciated. But keep on talking about it, keep on spreading it around. Again, this isn't just about people with guns and our rights. This is class exclusion. They're trying to expand that, and people got to bridge. We got to bridge the divide here and keep this together so we don't lose everything.
Sure. And so I don't know how much I want to put out here because I'm not sure the organizations want their names thrown out. But so I've talked to some firearms rights organizations here trying to get some help with Rich. And basically, for the audience out there, again, that hasn't been following, he had initial legal representation that, from what I've seen and the documents that I've seen behind the scenes, and Rich may have posted those somewhere, I'm not sure. It looks like your initial attorney just kind of wasn't aggressive, just to sum it up in a nice way, right? That's what I'm trying to do.
Like he thinks he should get paid for showing up. I think like he put his clothes on that day and like showed up to a courtroom. So he's like, well, that's worth something. And I'm like, well, no, but we'll deal with him. I mean,
right.
He's whatever.
Going forward, have you guys found someone that you think will be able to help you?
No, the couple of people that I've called today, even again, we're down to 3 days before I'm basically going to be in violation of this judge's 30-day order to produce these documents, which I absolutely am not handing over under any circumstances. But even the bigger lawyers that we've tried to get involved in this, bigger law firms that we think are capable, including ones that are recommended by the NRA, they all seem to not be able to take this because we haven't been charged criminally. But I don't know.
Yeah. So I talked to a couple attorneys at other gun rights organizations, and they essentially told me kind of the same thing. They're like, yeah, we want to help him out, but he has to be charged. So that's not really a good starting point. It's unfortunate that it seems to be that way. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that without getting like overly political on it. It's crazy, and it just shouldn't be happening. Okay, cool. You talked about the GoFundMe. We will put that down below. Just for folks, because whenever there's a GoFundMe, people are skeptical about it. So let's just hypothetically say, like, you brought up 50,000. I'm not sure what you have it set at, but what if there's overages at the end of all this? Just if there is, where would that money go?
So it'd been suggested because this could, who knows how expensive this could get. I think we set it at 300K, and just because I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea what kind of fight these people are going to put up and what they're all tied into. But as far as any overages go, again, my dad's the beneficiary from it or for it. And then we have kind of a team dealing with the GoFundMe online portion. So what we'll do is, I mean, everybody will sit down and any overages. What I'd like to personally see, because I see a number of my buddies that I've been deployed with and stuff and have said things about how hard it is to be a vet and to have to walk around out in the world and to deal with things. The first place I'd like to see it go is towards, my brothers and sisters. And I don't mean the organizations that you donate $6 and a vet gets $1 towards
right.
Whatever. We'll definitely be intelligent about it. And that would be the starting point that I'd like to see, the rest of anything extra go towards. But it would certainly be something that I would communicate with everybody. I want people to know what's going on. I want them to see,
Sure. So speaking of that, like, where can my viewers find updates as to what's going on?
The best thing is, so we've got my Facebook page, my personal page, which I've made everything public on there that, I mean, I want people to be able to see, kind of fighting this with a printing press, I guess, if you will, in terms of, the platform I'm using. But that, or there's Aiming for Justice is the name of the GoFundMe. And there's also a page on Facebook started for that some of our friends are managing for us and taking care of. But yep, definitely my page and that are the two best ones.
Cool. And I'll link all that down below in the video description. And just for the audience at home, like, I want to just kind of, I guess, put this piece of information forward. Like, Rich, like, before this, like, just to get on this call, like, you're not a social media guy, right? No. Like, you're not into the media. Like, I had to walk him through a lot of everything we're doing here, and that's totally cool. So, like, he's not like seeking fame or anything like that. It's just a dude who found himself in a really messed up circumstance.
I can even show you the orange cable that's like it's laying on top of the snow out through our yard to like get internet out to my house.
Right.
So yep, definitely find it from a smartphone.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. So again, the guy, this is an American citizen, a veteran, a combat veteran. who is potentially looking at being imprisoned by his government for not committing a crime and for shooting guns in his backyard with his family with a berm set up. You have two berms, right? From what I saw.
So yeah, we had the initial 3 dump truck loads, and we're just doing precision rifle. It's like 150 yards. So we're doing that, and then we had like a AR 500 plate array right off the deck, about 34 feet away. But you're still all shooting down, you know what I mean, at an angle. And then this fall, my uncle owns an excavating company, so he's like 5 minutes down the road. So guys with bulldozers are kind of busy. So we got him out here, and we got a whole bunch more dirt pushed. And then we started getting hassled by the DNR with the tire thing and all that. So we had to figure out disposing of them. And I mean, and then it was fall and it was wet here. It's clay. You can't really push wet clay with a bulldozer. So it just kind of, but we've limited it down to shooting right off the deck, 34 feet, AR 500 targets, and there's a berm behind that.
Right. Yeah, I've seen the photos. Like, it's a perfectly safe shooting situation from everything I've seen.
Yep. And we're going to make it bigger. It's just a matter of time. And again, all we've been shooting for the longest time is pistol, or rifle right there off the deck at steel. So.
Okay. Got it. Cool. I mean, I think we covered the situation, but there's obviously more details to it. Again, if you guys are interested, follow Rich's pages that we discussed below. Anything else you want to add there before we close out?
No, but I guess thank you, everybody. You have no idea the amount of input and information and support that we've had through all this. It's just incredible the different. It's almost like committees that have formed themselves to come up with information and to start handling business. So I appreciate everybody's work and support, and let's keep on fighting this so nobody's ever gonna fight it again, because it's pretty awesome.
Agreed. Awesome, Rich. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on, getting in front of the audience. Again, guys, if you're watching, all his information will be down below, and I will post updates as everything plays out, because it's going to be playing out here over the next few days, unfortunately.
Yep. We'll see what's going to be.
Indeed. All right. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it.
Yep. I appreciate you, Mike. Have a good one.